What's going on, everybody? It's Jake, and welcome to the commentary and breakdown analysis of our ranked match gameplay. Being a partner with the Hidden Ones, I wanted to bring you guys gameplay first, to then break down and commentate over every other episode. So without further ado, let's hop into it. Alright, so we got Lu Jin as round one. Instant breakaway. Very nice. Oh, but they don't use their guard standard. Interesting. And now we're doing our best to play it careful. Nice. End up getting the punish there for overextending. Nice. Standard one. We're gonna do our lightning strike combo. 3, 4. Yep. Doppelganger combo cancel. Into our standard 2. Combo cancel. Getting away from that. Deflecting. We landed one strike, but we end up dodging away just because we didn't see the hit confirm there, but we do end up punishing right here for the overextension. Not able to close it out, but we do close it out with standard 2. Beautiful stuff. All right. Ruhua firearm. Throughout all of these episodes, we have plenty of experience, so you guys should already know how to deal with firearm Ruhua. Landing that early standard as we ended up. Oh my god. Wait, whoa. What happened there? That was super interesting. So right there, right? They ended up getting off their standard, but we ended up breaking away towards them. That way we could punish them. They broke away, we dodge, and we instantly counter parry their standard. But for whatever reason, the spacing made me miss. And their extra standard ended up hitting. Very interesting. Perfect dodge, trying to catch them. We finally got the catch here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Confirm into... No, we don't confirm into ultimate just because they still had their breakaway. But if we end up catching right here, we can combo cancel into the ultimate confirm. It's not going to KO, though.
Smooth and swift. Link and strike.
We tried to get the cheeky wake up, and they instantly go into their ultimate. But we do have our breakaway, and we punish them for that attempt. Better to go ahead and use the ultimate rather than dying with it, just because ultimates does they do not transfer in between characters. They transfer in between rounds when you're playing the same character, just not in between characters when you get KO'd. All right. Oh my goodness, my man was going for it, and we were just dodging all of that. Something to also note about Zhuge Xing is that he has extremely good normals. His basic attacks covers a lot of range, so all right here is as to why I did not want to challenge it. I did have my standards, to which case I could have went for a standard punish, but look at this. I am dodging for my life. Just like Feng Bao Bao, Zhuge Xing also covers a lot of ground with his dodge. All right, so now we have to play it extremely cool. We do have our doppelganger available. They do have ethereal rope. We end up going for the basic attacks. Nice. And we didn't go for our standard 2, just because if we did, typically just like with other characters, we would have gotten caught. So we decided just to play the neutral. They end up using their doppel. We dodge away, or we break away rather, but it ended up catching us. Very nice. Very nice. They're doing a really good job with applying pressure on our wake up. We end up breaking away, but they end up catching us again. Nice. We end up using our standard. We are on our last health bar right here. Going for the lightning, trying to catch them, but we ended up missing them. And they ended up getting the grab. Very nice. A lot of things that we could have did differently there. All right, let's see if our Zheng Chulong can pull through. Into the 2 hits. Standard 1. Oh, we ended up trying to counter too early there. Nice, perfect dodge. Punishing with our standard 2, going into the ultimate here. Off you go. Blast him away. Instantly chased down into the fleeting fire. Super nice. Holy crap. And that was game. That was sick. Let's see that one more time. That was so slick. The perfect dodge right here into the Thunder Rush. But besides that, let's go back to Lu Ling versus Zhuge Qing real quick. Just because, as I said, there was a lot of things that we could have did better here. So let's break down what exactly we could have done better. So in this situation, I definitely should have challenged with a standard, but we did right there at the end. But we definitely could have did it a little bit earlier. And we should have did it with our standard 1, just because our standard 2 is for chase down, right? So right there, we would have been able to hit him, but because we used our standard 2 instead of our standard 1, we weren't able to right there. All right, we land the basic attacks. After dodging right there, of course, hindsight 2020, but after dodging right here, we could have gone for our standard 2, but we didn't. We dodged back, we went forward with our basic attack, and then we went for our standard 2, getting hit by the doppelganger. And right here, we could have summoned our doppelganger for the hyper armor, but we didn't. So we end up getting hit a bunch with the basic attacks. And all right here, we're just getting beat up by basic attacks when we should have woken up with a doppelganger. Again, having both of them available, but not doing so. We end up breaking away, unfortunately running right back into him instead of breaking away into a standard or breaking away into a doppelganger. End up landing our standard 2 right there, going into the lightning. But the reason why that didn't work is because I was hoping that I would be able to do lightning on their Oki right there, or on their recovery right there as Oki, but they had more than enough resources to deal with it. Especially being Zhuge Qing, as I previously stated, that they have a lot of coverage when it comes to their dodge. So an attempt was made, but the attempt did not go through as planned. So we continued trying to chase. They ended up summoning their doppelganger right here, their ethereal rope, and I literally cannot see them right now. So all I'm doing is holding down guard, and by time it comes back, then I end up getting grabbed. So very nice play on them. Extremely good play. That's going to wrap it up for this episode. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to like, comment, all that jazz, and I'll vibe with you on the next one.